Today I'm here with Alex Koshka, who flew here over from Canada. She's originally from Ukraine, and I can't wait to do the interview with her because her story is incredible. Just in 2 years, she has gone from zero to hero. Yesterday, she won the public award at the Ford Traders Awards.
Yes,
Alex,
exactly.
thank you very much for coming.
Thank you
I
for the
can't wait to hear
invitation.
your story because, 2 years ago, you were working as a cook.
Yeah, exactly.
Today, you are a full-time trader, very successful, who won a public award.
Yes, thank you very much for the invitation. I'm really, really honored, and really thank you for my community for the public award. It's insane.
No, how does it make you feel? Just 2 years.
It's actually incredible. Like, if you would told me 2 years ago that I would be here in this position, I wouldn't believe you. But here I am. So really, this shows how life can be great sometimes, and how in 2 years, how much you can accomplish if you put the efforts and the work into doing what you actually love. So, yeah.
Guys, as Koshka, you can be in the same place just in 2 years as well. So, what is the secret of becoming successful trader?
Honestly, it's just hard work and having the right education and just dedicating time to it, because it takes time to learn trading, and having someone to support you and someone that can answer actually your trading questions. I think is really important. So really, if you have great education, you have great support, and you invest your time and energy and just perseverance, is it in English? I don't know. But if you just put all the work and energy into trading, if you actually enjoy it, you will become successful. You just need to believe in yourself and take time to actually learn it.
Yeah. Alex, I'm really happy to do the interview with you because I just love your journey. What progress you have made in those 2 years is just incredible. So let's talk about your journey. Can you tell us a little bit about yourself?
Yeah, of course. So, first of all, I started trading actually 2 years ago, around October. So, pretty much at the same time that we are right now. And I started trading just like an interest for investing and things like that. And then I started, to learn things on YouTube. And, when you start trading, you're straight away attracted by like these big guys that are, like sharing their success, sharing that how they made a lot of money. Now they have Lamborghinis. So I was really like not attracted, but it like impressed me. So I was like, oh, it's a great way of making money. Let's get into it because it sounds interesting. And so yeah, I just got into trading that way by like seeing those people really having a lot of money. And then I was thinking, oh, trading is easy because they're like making it seems like it's really easy. They start with $100, then turn into $10,000. And I'm like, oh yeah, I'm going to do that too. And then like I realized that it's not as easy as it seems. And like this is how technically I got into trading. But then of course it was a big journey of to learning how to properly trade. At the beginning, I was just watching some videos on YouTube. It was really complicated because there was a lot of information on YouTube actually. And it's really hard to just pick good information from YouTube and focus on one single strategy. Like I was testing a bunch of different strategies, like for 1 month, even for 2 weeks, and I was just jumping around strategies. And then I realized it's not going to work out. It's not going to work out that type of way. So this is when I started to like follow more people who are giving more educational content online. And this is how I joined my first communities. And this is when I actually learned how to properly trade.
All right. But let's focus on what were you working as before doing trading?
Of course.
So you were working as a...
Yeah, so actually when I was started trading, I still had my studies. I was studying languages, and I was working as a cook. So I was working in a fancy restaurant making some pizzas. So I was a pizzaiolo. And yeah, so I was working at my part-time job, and then I was studying, and then I had my trading that I was starting to learn, etc. And I remember like my pay as a cook was so small for all the efforts that you can just like provide the best quality food possible, and you're paid so little for all the time and the effort that you invest in that working. So I'm like, I remember saying to myself, I need to get rid of that. I want something more calm, more stable, not stable job, but more something intellectual, and less something working physically as well. So trading was really, really something that impressed me and really interests me, because I love being like in front of my computer, contrary to many other people. I've always been loving that. So yeah, I started like studying trading while I was still working, studying. So yeah, and honestly, the progress that I have made in 2 years is just incredible. Even me, I'm surprised.
I'm so proud of you. Absolutely. So, can we compare your salary as a cook and as a full-time trader? Can you share it with
Yeah,
us?
of course. So my salary as a cook, honestly, I was still paid relatively well compared to other cooks, because my restaurant was still like in a fancy range. But I was making, for example, 100. No, God. I was making, for example, 1,080. Oh my God, my numbers in English are so bad. Wait, 100. No, 1,080. 100.
1,800.
Yeah, okay. So yeah, I was making as a cook 1,800 so per month, so American dollars. And now in trading is around like, for example, 10K. So it's really a huge difference. And if you would told me 1 year ago that I was gonna make this type of money in 1 year, because I actually quit my job last year, so I would not believe you. That's just incredible.
It sounds amazing, because
Yeah.
this is just like 2 years time, right?
Of course, it's so small. Like what can happen in like 5 years, if in 2 years I'm already at this position right now, is just incredible to think that trading is such an opportunity right now, and people like start learning about it, because it's really a good opportunity to become like better and more successful.
You know what I really like? That you are not flexing. You are not
Yeah.
making it up, right?
Yeah, yeah,
Because
yeah,
it's
yeah.
just the way you are, and you're always honest, and you're honest with whatever you say, right? And it's great. You mentioned that you were working as a cook, plus you were studying, plus
Yeah.
you were learning trading. How did you balance all these?
I mean, honestly, I was working. I was studying in the mornings until like 4, and then I was working from like 4:30 to like 9, and then from 9 to midnight I was just studying trading. So all day long I was just like doing something, working, studying. So it was a lot of work to do, but at the same time, I think when I really, really started to be more successful in trading is when I quit my job, because then I had way more time to invest in trading, way more time to like take it even more seriously, because again, more time to backtest, more time to practice. So yeah, but when I was still doing all of that combined, it was just working all day long, and that's pretty much it.
What was the moment you decided to quit working and start, full-time trading? Because then there is a huge pressure on you to make money every single month, right? Did you have any savings when you got into full-time trading?
So yeah, I got my savings. So like I said, I started like trading because I had my money in the bank laying there doing nothing. So I already had like some savings. I think I had like $10,000 to the side already, because I've been always like great with saving money since I'm like younger. So I already had some savings. So I didn't quit like that. But actually, why I quit my job, it's because I was not appreciated at my job. Like, I'm gonna tell you a story because
Tell us, we love stories.
because it's really interesting. So the story was that I was working on a night shift, okay, and I was doing the close, okay, and there was a time where there was no longer anyone in the restaurant. Every clients had already like got their dessert, and they were just waiting, sitting. So I asked the chef if I could close the oven, because we need to do the close I'm sorry. We need to do the close and clean everything basically. So I closed the oven, I think 5 minutes earlier, the time that the restaurant was actually closing because there was no one there longer. And then there was one director that came to me. He was sitting at the bar. He was drunk. He was just like enjoying life. And he said to me, why the oven is closed? I'm like, because no one's there, so I'm doing my clothes. And he said to me, you cannot do that. You're no one in this company. You're not deciding anything. Like, I was working there for 5 years.
Oh my
5 years. It was my station. Like, there was no longer anyone in the restaurant. And he wanted a pizza. He wanted the pizza. So he got mad at me that I closed the oven 5 minutes before the close because he couldn't get his pizza. And he punched a pizza. So the bill, like, actually printed when he already knew that the oven was closed, just to piss me off. And then I looked at him and I said, you know what? If you don't value me actually as a person, you say me I'm nothing in this company, I'm no one. He told me, if you don't want to work, just go home. We're going to find someone else. Okay? I'm like, okay, bye. And I just left and I never came back. And actually at that point I was making maybe $2,000 per month with like trading. So it was still good, but yeah, it was like a pressure. I didn't trade for like 1 week just to like calm myself down. But really, I called my mom, I called everyone. They were like, no, what did you do? Like, why did you do that? I'm like, they don't value me. I don't want to work there anymore. Yeah. And this is like actually really funny because right now I'm even better than where I was before.
Absolutely. Because just yesterday you went to the For Traders Award and you won the public award because your trading community just wanted you to win this trophy. And it's just very nice. Just 2 years. It's just incredible, you know. And I love to hear your story. You know, when you were learning trading, how did, let me think of some better questions.
Yeah, no worry.
Yeah. When you started learning trading, what were the biggest challenges you faced?
Honestly, at the beginning, it was to find the right strategy and the right information to follow, because there is a bunch of trading strategies online. You can have like support and resistance, breakout, SMC. There's a lot of strategies. So at the beginning, I was a lot jumping from one strategy to another to find one good strategy. Like I was looking for the best possible strategy with big win rate and big risk reward ratio, you know. But then I realized that it's not working, you know, and I need to stop jumping around strategies because I was just being impatient. And then actually this is when I started to like really focus on one single strategy. This is where I started to get my results. But as well, like the strategy jumping at the beginning, not finding the right information was really, really hard for me. And as well, the psychology is still something that even right now I'm more struggling with, but I'm doing a lot of efforts to overcompensate that, you know, because people are talking about trading that is a lot of psychology. And at the beginning, I didn't believe it. I'm like, what do you mean? You can just see the charts. Okay, there's an opportunity. You enter, you close, that's it. Hit take profit, hit stop loss. But in reality, it's way harder than this. And people don't understand it at the beginning when they start trading because they didn't get through the first stage of learning the technical. Now they're now in the psychology part and then realize, oh, no, it's really harder than I was expecting, you know?
Yeah, great that you mentioned that everyone who just jumps into trading, they focus purely on technicals, right? Because they think like, I think the same, that everyone thinks that trading is just about technicals. And then once you learn technicals, you're all set, right? That you are done and you are the superhero of trading and now it's time to make the real money. If we talk about making money with trading, can you share with us the progress? Like, let's say that like the first 3 months, 5 months, I've been making this much money, and then suddenly this happened, and I wasn't making like 1,000, but suddenly I was making like 5,000. So can you share the progress with earning money with trading?
I mean, training is not something that you can actually like progress really fast. It depends because there is good months and there is worser months, you know. But it's true that at the beginning, you know, I was risking less because again, it's more the psychology. You know, you don't want to lose money, like so. You know, when you start, of course, you risk less, you invest less. So then more you have the confidence of what you're doing. This is when like you have more going on and more like profits and things like that. But at the end of the day, the strategy doesn't really change. You know, it's just how much you risk per trade, that how much income you're going to gain. So, I mean, the progress is really like the more the capital is big, the bigger you have like profits exactly. But of course at the beginning it's already when you learn the strategy. I really wasn't really trading on a like real capital exactly because again I don't think you should do that. You should practice on a demo account. So I stayed really for a long time on a demo account to just understand what I'm doing, practice with the psychology and things like that. So yeah, at the beginning you start with small and then you build up until bigger, you know.
Okay. If we talk about psychology, because it's something you are now focusing on, right? Tell me, what is the most important thing in psychology?
I think a lot of people are struggling with patience, you know,
That's me.
because when it comes to trading, you don't have setups every single time. Maybe you have a setup like one day, but in another day you don't have anything. And a lot of people are struggling with just being patient to have their setup. So they're rushing into trades and they're taking bad trades that are not according to their plan. So the patience is really, really hard to get at the beginning. But how to overcome that is to have actually just a checklist and a trading plan. So if you have your checklist with all the boxes that you need to check to enter a trade, that way, if you see that, for example, one box is not checked, you will not enter the trade. So it's like giving you a set of rules that you can follow, and that will like calm down your psychology and things like that.
Absolutely. The patience, it's like for me, everything what I do, it's like yesterday was already too late, right?
Yeah,
So
yeah.
I'm exactly like you are talking about, like, you know, once you get in front of once you get in front of the computer, once you get in front of the computer, you feel like now is the time that you have to really make some trade, right? And then
Yeah.
you don't have to always do some trade. Um, um, Tell me, what kind of trader are you right now? Are you a swing trader, day trader, scalper? What kind of trader are you?
So my style of trading, it's really comes to bigger time frames analysis, like on the 4 hour and the 1 hour, and I scale down into lower time frame confirmation. So for my setups, it takes some time to happen because my first confirmation needs to be on the 4 or the 1 hour. So I cannot call it swing because I'm still like trading pretty much every single day, but I'm not on the lower time frames exactly. So it's in a mix of swing and intraday trading, but like I'm trading multiple pairs because of course I need multiple pairs to have more possibilities, because like if you focus on just a few pairs, I will not have enough opportunities in the market, as I need higher time frame confirmation from the beginning of my strategy.
So what do you trade usually?
I trade mostly forex pairs and some indices as well, like NAS, S&P, US 30, and gold, pretty much.
And forex pairs, what kind of pairs?
I personally trade all the major USD pairs, but my strategy works with every single forex pair. So I'm trying to analyze like when there is good opportunities on minor pairs as well sometimes. So I'm not really focusing on like, for example, 5 specific pairs. Like I'm trading more the variety of like all forex pairs when there is setups. So yeah, that's pretty much it.
And if you could briefly describe your trading strategy?
So my trading strategy is quite simple. I'm using SMC, but I know a lot of mentors and training communities make it really seem complicated. So I'm trying to do the complete opposite. You know, my SMC trading is really simple and really rule-based. So I think this is a lot of people what they love about my strategy as well. So I'm trading from a high time frame. So I'm identifying, for example, my points of interest. People call it all the order block as well. Identify my points of interest, so my POIs on a higher time frame. I wait for a POI mitigation, and then I wait for a 15-minute change of character, and then I enter at the extreme POI in the new 15-minute range. This is pretty much it. It's really simple, just explaining in like few steps, but I know a lot of people are like overcomplicating SMC, and I'm really trying to like do a break to that and like keeping things as simple as possible, you know?
When we discussed your trading journey, like before this interview, what I really liked was like that you mentioned that that you wanted to teach others how to trade because you actually wanted to learn the topic more in depth by yourself. And then once you have to teach it, then you have to really be consistent. And, you know, once you have a deadline, then you know that you have to really do it. So tell me about it more.
Yeah, of course. So actually, at the beginning, so if we just go back 1 year ago in March, this is where I started my TikTok channel, okay? And at the beginning, I just started my TikTok channel to show like my progress because I was still learning my trading strategy and things like that. And I was like showing my progress and showing my trades, for example. And then I did one video about how to identify a fair value gap. And this is a really, really basic concept in SMC, but a lot of people like the way I teach because, I don't know, I explain it in an easier way for them to understand because, again, English is not my first language, so maybe the words that I use are easier to understand for foreigners. So, and then I'm like, okay, people love it. So why not continue to, like, you know, the concepts that I learned, teach them. And that way I can as well clarify that I completely understand what I'm doing. So actually teaching on TikTok and things like that at the beginning, of course, like I was doing everything for free. I was, you know, was just sharing everything like that. And people actually really liked it, and it really allowed me to understand more in depth what I was doing. And like I needed to post, for example, 3 TikToks per week, so I was doing a lot of researches, I was practicing a lot. So like all of these deadlines, like you said, like really helped me improve, and my English as well improved a lot by the way because of that. If you go back on my first videos, you say I'm really more shy and like when I speak English, but really my English improved, so and my trading too, so yay.
Yeah, absolutely. Tell me, as an influencer, it sounds great, but on the other hand, I think there is so much pressure on you because you are a role model to so many traders, right? Because your community has over 7,000 traders, like in Discord, right?
Yeah.
So there is the pressure that you always have to be right, you always have to be correct, you always have to be best of you. So how do you deal with this stress? Because sometimes I feel like it has to be really stressful.
Yeah, so again, I have a quick story about that. When I had my first TikTok that blew up, like if I could say that, it made like 10,000 views, and at that time it was a lot of views for me. So when the first TikTok blew up, I had a lot of like people coming to me asking me questions. I was already having my small Discord community that people were joining, and I was sharing my like setups and trade analysis, and it got so big so fast because 10,000 views, I was doing like 100 views before that. It was a big jump, right? So for I think 2 weeks, I got like numb. I couldn't post anything because of exactly what you said. I like put so much pressure on myself because as well I'm a perfectionist. So I want every single time and every single thing to be really, really like good and like well structured and perfect basically. But then I just made a video to express that feeling with my community, you know. So I did exactly this video. I said like, hey guys, like I know I blew up recently, but I'm still learning, you know. I'm still like making maybe some mistakes, etc. You know, I didn't want to have that big ego and think, yeah, I know everything. Look, I did the video to tell people, no, I'm actually still learning. And people in the comments were so kind. So they were like, no, don't worry, we completely understand. You know, my community since the beginning was really, really kind to me. And I think this is what confirmed, and how to say that, it's comforting me that I don't need to be perfect because people trading, they understand that, of course, the strategy is not a 100% win rate. Of course, there's going to be some losses. And of course, there's going to be some improvement in the future. So like my community really helped me like doing that and had less pressure on myself by supporting me.
It sounds very great.
Yeah.
If there is someone listening to us who might be thinking about becoming influencer as well, what would you advise?
Honestly,
Like let's say the first 5 steps that everyone should do before like jumping really right into social media and becoming influencer.
so the 5 first steps, I mean, first of all, you need to be sure that this is what you want, because when it comes to social exposure, it comes to with a lot of ups, but I need, like you said, like it's pressure, you need to be good. And actually, I don't think you should be scared, for example, of just opening a TikTok account, an Instagram account, YouTube channel, and just post a video. Then if you like it, just continue, and then people will see if like they love your content or not. At the beginning, it might be slow, so if you really want to do it, you need to push through the first months of the trading, the content creation phases, because again, at the beginning you will not get 100,000 views like that, you know. It's gonna be slower and slower and slower, but if you just keep pushing, then people will start coming to you, and if they love your content, they will follow you. So I think no one should be like afraid of just trying, because if you don't try, you will never know. And exactly like me, even if you still have things to learn, or you can still become better in the future, everyone will become better in the future. No, not right now, we're not the best selves. So if, for example, in the future you still think you have some improvement, don't worry, like still like show what you know right now, and in the future you will show what you're gonna learn in the future. So no one should be like afraid of thinking they're not good enough to be like on TikTok, on Instagram, on YouTube. Everyone should just start and see where it like pushes them.
Absolutely. I think the most important thing is to start.
Yeah,
you know,
of course.
don't wait until you will be perfect, because you will never be really perfect unless you start. And I remember like 3 or 4 years ago when I started my podcast, How to Invest in Czech. And when I actually published the first episode, I didn't go on social media for like 3 days because I was so scared of the reactions. And then I was like, oh, like after 3 days, like there's actually someone listening to the podcast. And then there was no like really harmful comments. And then that's how I started podcasting. But I know like that the first thing is just to start, not to be afraid of anything. And whatever you do, there will be always haters, right?
Of course.
So,
of course.
if there are no haters, then it's supposed to be that you are not doing the right thing.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah. If we talk about your trading community, how big is your trading community?
I mean, on Discord right now, I think we're about like 8,000 people in the free Discord community. Of course, on my TikTok, I have more followers. I'm like around like 60K right now, it's close to 60K. But my Discord community actually is really interesting to see, because people are not there to just enter and then like ignore people's questions or just like post random trades, because I've joined a lot of communities, and a lot of free communities are just people sharing random setups, and they're not like interacting with each other, you know. But what I really love about my trading community is that people are really focusing on trying to understand my strategy, even if they're not in the VIP access, for example, but they're still trying to understand the strategy. They're answering each other's questions. And as well, what's interesting is that, for example, my VIP like private community still have access to the free Discord channels, because it's in the same Discord. Basically, it's just hidden channels. So the VIP members are helping free members, like just to answering their questions a lot, and like helping them understand more the strategy, because I have a lot of followers coming maybe from Africa or from like other countries that don't have that much money that can like pay for paid communities, you know. But like my VIP members helping everyone in the free community, so it's really great to see this help that my community can provide to people, that they can learn trading no matter like what's your financial background.
I love it in the trading communities, right? Like for traders as well, it's so nice that to see that how this community helps each other, right? Like
Yeah,
that you can see
of
that people
course.
they respond to questions, and it's just not about like I know showing off or saying who made a mistake, but also like saying like, hey, this is the mistake, you have to
Yeah,
do this in
exactly.
order to become better,
Yeah,
and
yeah,
it's
yeah.
just so nice. And I think like sharing is caring, and then sharing the knowledge is the most important thing in trading. Um, when you when you actually mentor your traders in your community, sometimes I feel like that people are just um, lazy, to be honest. Like think critically and just think in different way, just not to follow you blindly. So how do you actually teach your traders to think critically and not just follow you blindly?
It's actually a really good question because while I was creating my community, I was thinking about the exact same concept. Because in my trading community, I don't send signals because I think a lot of trading communities like signals is what people look for because again, they want to become rich quick, right? So signals showing you exactly where to enter, how to enter with stop loss, take profit, and they take, if I just copy paste, I'm going to be rich. Why do I need to learn the strategy if I just can copy paste the signals,
Yeah.
But I think that's not a good approach. In my community, I'm sharing my markups and my daily setups. So I'm explaining, for example, the POIs that I'm looking for, the POI mitigation. I'm sharing the break of structure / change of character level, and then I'm showing where the POI for the entry should be. But then people need to actually go through the course to understand my markups. Because if, for example, someone that don't know SMC or don't know my strategy, I'm sending a screenshot of the chart, but people who went through the course, they know what it means, So if you didn't go through the course, some people oh, where's your signals? I'm like, I'm not sending signals. And it shows all over my my social medias. I'm saying, everyone, I'm not sharing signals. I want people to actually think about what they're doing. And I'm, of course, here to help them. So if they have questions about the entry, have questions about their markups, if they just DM me or send me a message, I'm going to help them. And like that, they will improve. Because again, the knowledge that you're going to gain from actually understanding what you're doing is way more powerful than just copying someone else's signals. And over a long period of time, if you just have this knowledge in your head and understanding the market, it's way more powerful if you want to become a trader for a longer period of time and not in the short term. So I want my community to become great, successful traders over a longer period of time. So I'm here to help them doing that by having this approach of sending markups but not sending signals.
I'm so happy that you do it, right?
Yeah.
Because it helps the community to grow. Absolutely. What do you think is the main reason why most of the traders don't succeed in trading? I mean, in the long run, not just in the first or 2 months, but in the long run. Because sometimes at the beginning, you can have a pure luck, right? I had the pure luck, so I was really successful in trading the first 2 weeks on the account. Then when I got straight into trading, I lost everything because I thought that trading is so easy. It's not. But tell me, what do you think is the main reason why people don't succeed in trading in the long run?
I think it's like you said, a lot of people asking me, for example, if I go with my what I noticed with my questions, for example, my DMs, there's people asking me where to open a broker account, where to put their money, and I'm saying, do you know how to trade? And they're like, no. I'm like, what do you mean you're looking for a broker? It's not the time to look for a broker. And a lot of people actually, they think they saw someone flip an account from 10 to 10,000 and they're like, yeah, I'm gonna do it right now. But the thing is that no, why a lot of people are losing in trading and thinking it's a scam or they're seen more as a gambling thing than actually trading is because they open a broker account, they put all their savings, they think they know what they're doing, they buy, sell, they lose everything, and then they don't have any money and they're going debt. So yeah, I think why people are not succeeding in trading is because they want to take take things too fast. They want to become rich fast, but that's not how trading works. And this is how social media are portraying trading, and this is what I'm trying not to do. I'm trying to like provide education so people don't blow their accounts. And there is people like asking me, oh, how much money you lost while trading? And actually, like I said at the beginning, I was aware, I realized, hopefully like quick enough, that it was not the right approach to flip accounts. So I stayed on demo, like I said, for a long period of time. So I didn't blow any account personally. And a lot of people are like, oh, really? You didn't blow any account? Like I thought it was like normal. Like, no, it's not normal. So I think like, well, a lot of people are losing and not succeeding in the long term is that they think it's fast money right now, and they realize it's not. And then they're like, oh, I mean, it's a scam. I don't want to do that anymore. And they just leave, you know. Not a lot of people are going through the steps of learning, steps of back testing, then forward testing, trading on demo accounts, then actually like working on their psychology. It's a long marathon. It's not a one-time thing, you know. So a lot of people are just giving up along the way because this is not what they're planned in their head while thinking about trading, you know.
Yeah, absolutely. Are you very close with your community? So you know what mistakes they make mainly?
I mean, I think a lot of people, their mistakes was, again, to not be patient enough with setups. And I think as well, a lot of people, when going through the course or the like setups, they, again, want to do it too fast. So, for example, sometimes their levels are not great drawn, and I'm like, oh, this is not great. I'm correcting them, you know. But sometimes I think it's just mistakes of wanting to go too fast, actually. So just taking it more slowly. And as well, a lot of people are asking me about, for example, how to, like I said, invest in brokers or buy a prop firm straight away after joining the community for, I think, 1 week. And they already want to trade the strategy on a broker or in the prop firm. And I'm like, you don't have time to learn the strategy in 1 week. Why do you already want to trade it, you know? So I think a lot of people are just being too impatient to like trade strategies fast. I want to make money fast. But they don't take time to actually go through the course, go through the breakdowns, go through the live trading sessions, you know? So yeah, I have a lot of like members trying to rush the process when it's not rushable.
Yeah, you can't be like very successful trader just in a few minutes, right? After seeing the video on YouTube, like you will learn everything about trading in 5 minutes.
Yeah. No, it's not
And
that.
you will be the hero of trading. Now, you mentioned prop trading. What about you? Why did you get into simulated trading or prop trading?
I mean, I knew about prop firm trading, I think more like 1.5 years ago. So yeah, first of all, when I heard the concept of prop trading or simulated trading, it was kind of crazy in my head because a lot of people, I was thinking, how is it possible, you know, that you just buy a challenge and the rules technically seems easy. You know, you think it's easy to make like, for example, 8%, and you don't have time limit. At the end, that when I started trading, there was a time limit, but now there's no more time limit. So it looks really easy, right? So I was really intrigued by that. So, you know, then I started like know more about prop firm trading. I like bought my first challenge. Of course, then I realized it's not that easy. But still, I think it's a really great opportunity right now that we have with prop trading, because not people that don't have that much capital can still come and go take bigger capitals to trade with, and that way as well can have good risk management, because when you have a small capital, you cannot risk 1% on $100. It will make $1 profit. That makes no sense, right? But when you have a, for example, 100K account and you make 1%, is $1,000. It's huge, you know. So I think prop firm trading is really revolutionary. It's really, I think prop firm trading is really, really cool and a great opportunity right now for everyone to be a successful trader.
Nice one. Did you pass the first challenge you bought?
No.
So how many challenges have you bought, you know, until you become funded?
So actually, I think it was around 3, 4. But like Jakob said yesterday during the trading awards, it's I think it's just the statistics that the first challenge, not a lot of people are passing their first challenge. Like you need to learn how prop firm trading works. You need to like manage the rules. So yeah, and then you have a lot of psychology as well to not lose the challenge, not reach the drawdown and things like that. So it's a lot of psychology related as well when it comes to prop firm trading. So yeah, the majority of people they're passed like at their first, fifth or like fourth try. So yeah.
Okay, so don't be afraid, or don't feel sad. I'm saying. So don't feel sad if you didn't pass the challenge for the first time. So
Yeah, of
as
course.
as
of
Alex
course.
said, you, like, you would 5 challenges, right?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Right now, are you traded with a funded account or with your own capital?
So I'm trading with funded accounts mostly, but yeah, prop firm trading is really, really a great opportunity right now. Like I said, because again, with your smaller capital, what we want, what's my goal as well is to have this payouts, for example, and then build my like live capital with it. But really, the prop firm trading right now is really, really a great opportunity for really everyone. So yeah, I'm basically like trading on prop firms and for especially for traders, for example, in other prop firms as well. But yeah.
Yeah. Uh, you have been trading with for traders for some time already, so you know the company quite well already,
Yeah, of
and
course.
all rules and everything, all policies and everything. What do you think? What do you think makes for traders stand out in comparison to other companies in the market?
I think what makes you guys really stand out, first of all, is the training conditions. I really love how you try to duplicate the training conditions as close to possible to the real market conditions. That really trains you to be a really good, profitable trader over a long period of time. So your training conditions are really, really great for like traders that actually want to learn how to trade on a real market conditions. And as well, you as a people, as a company, you're really close as well to your community and you're really trying to do everything possible to help traders. I feel like you're more human than other companies, and I think that what's like makes you guys really stand out from other prop firms because right now I'm talking to you, you're making great events, you're making mentoring calls for people who failed challenges, you're having a lot of promotions. Like it's really, really made like for the traders, and I think it's like an incredible thing.
Nice one, nice one. Alex, last question. When I see your progress you made in these 2 years, is just incredible. Where do you see yourself in the next 2 years?
I mean, of course, I want to still continue to trade, obviously, but I want to even build my community even bigger. I'm planning as well of like making my course even better. So I'm planning to redoing my community, even adding more stuff, adding even more value. Of course, I want as well to meet up with people around the world because my dream when from I was little was to just travel in the world. My dream was not to buy a Lamborghini, my dream was to travel. So like I really would like to, for example, I have community members from all over the world. Like my community is really multi-international. So I would like to maybe organize some training events to meet up with my community from all over the world, like doing some conferences like Insights. So just grew the community even bigger because I think that way I will be able to explore the world. I will be able to connect with people and people will receive even more value. So this is really my goal to like educate people how to trade and become better traders and in the overall aspects.
I have to say that I really like doing interviews with our funded traders and actually, listen to their stories, no matter whether the person is from Kenya, from Uganda, from Thailand, Czech, or US. It's always so nice to hear the stories and how actually simulated trading is helping them change their lives. And then we travel around the world and we meet those people, physically. Like like 2 weeks ago, we went to Thailand, and I had the opportunity to speak with one of our most successful traders in Thailand. It was just amazing. You can see the person in real, right?
Yeah.
You just don't chat with him. You can see that he exists. And it's just wonderful, and it's so nice. So I'm really happy for this opportunity to do interviews with you as well.
Yeah.
You're a real person as well, right? And then I'm just so proud of you, and I wish you
Thank
all the
you.
best, because I'm sure that you will go very fast and very far. So,
Thank you.
It's really nice. Really
Thank
good.
you. Thank you.